So here in addition, we know that there are two logs, and in multiplication, here we have only one log. Okay, so this you have to remember. Okay, so here the fourth formula, it is the reverse process of the third formula. So if I say log 3 into 2, okay, we'll take this example. So log 3 into 2, it can be written as log 3. Multiplication, it will get converted into addition, and when it is addition, it will get converted into multiplication, vice versa. Okay, so here 3 into 2, so this can be written as, when you will separate this 3 and 2, so this multiplication, it will get converted into what? Addition. So it can be written as log 3 plus log 2. Okay, so let's take one more example. Suppose if I say log 4 into 3, so it can be written as log 4 plus log 3. Okay, suppose if I say log 4 into 3 into 2, so now there are three numbers, three terms, so it can be written as log 4 plus log 3 plus log 2. Okay, so you have to remember this. Addition, it will get converted into multiplication, and multiplication, it will get converted into addition. Okay, so this is the property number third and property number fourth. So I hope you understood the first four properties. Okay, so here it is log a raised to m is equal to m into log a. The second one is the reverse process of the first one, m into log a. It can be written as log a raised to m. The third property, where clearly we can see that addition, it get converted into multiplication, yes or no? Okay, so whether you have two terms here, more than two terms, let it be, doesn't matter. If you have two, yeah, more than two. So but see the connection, if it connect, the connection is plus, so it will get converted into multiplication. So your fourth formula, it is a reverse process of the third formula. Your multiplication, it will get converted into addition. Okay, so let's move on to the next formula, that is fifth. Fifth one is subtraction, and sixth one is division. Okay, so here also we'll take some example, and with the example we'll try to understand the concept. So here clearly we can see that subtraction, it get converted into division, and here division, it get converted into subtraction. Okay, so here in simple language, you can remember like this: plus, it will get converted into multiplication, and multiplication, it will get converted into addition. Subtraction, it will get converted into division, means divide, and division, it will get converted into subtraction. Okay, so if I take the first example, like log 3 minus log 2, so it can be written as log a upon b. So a is it is replaced by 3 and b is replaced by 2, so it can be written as 3 upon 2. Understood? Okay, so suppose if I say, if we take one more example, log 3 minus log 9, so log, this can be written as 3 upon 9. Okay, so clearly we can see that here we can reduce this number. 3 ones are 3 threes are. If you can reduce the number, so reduce it and then write the final answer. After this, we clearly can see that we cannot reduce this 1 upon 3, so you can stop your answer. Okay, understood? Okay, so here clearly we can see that the subtraction, it get converted into what? Division. So here division, it will get converted into what? Subtraction. Okay, so we'll take the reverse example now. Log 3 by 2. So 3 by 2, it can be written as what? Log 3 minus log 2. Okay, suppose if I say log 5 by 7, so it can be written as what? Log 5 minus log 7. Okay, understood? So this is the formula number 5th and formula number 6th, or property we can say. Okay, so the fifth property, what we saw, subtraction, it will get converted into division, and here sixth formula, it is a reverse process. Division, it will get converted into subtraction. So these four properties are very, very important. Which one? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so this four property, it will play an important role in the exercise. Okay, so you must remember the formula, the property, as well as the example also. At least 1 year to example keep in your mind. Okay, so it will make the concept more easy. Okay, so I hope you all understood the first 6 properties of the logarithm. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now the first 6 are the important properties. Okay, now this 7th, 8th, and 9th, actually it is not a property. Don't consider it as a property. This is what we can say, adjustment. We can say adjustment in the logarithm. Adjustment in the logarithm. If you want, you can keep the 7th, 8th, and 9th as a property only. You can remember this as property only, but I will say that the 7th, 8th, 9th actually is not a formula. It is not a property. It is not there in the textbook. You can remember this 7, 8, 9 as a property if you want. Okay, so this I can say adjustment in the logarithm. How to do adjustment in the logarithm? Okay, so let's see now. Log a into b upon c into d. So log a, b, c, d are there. So a, b, c, d are what? As I told, in place of a, b, c, d, there will be a number. There will be a number. Suppose if I say log, we'll replace this by number. So we'll take this as 3 into 4 in upon 5 into 6. So it can be written as, according to the property, it can be written as log a. So log a. So a is what here? 3 plus log 4 minus log 5 minus log 6. So in this way, you will write your answer. So here I will explain this process how you got the right hand side. Listen it carefully. Log a into b upon c into d. Okay. First, we'll consider this numerator, the whole numerator a into b as one term and c into d as one term. Okay, for a while just consider a into b as one term and c into d as a one term. Okay, so suppose if I replace this a into b as a and c into d as b, so yes, clearly we can see that this look like division property. So in the division, we know that it can be written as log a minus log b. Just now only we saw division, it will get converted into subtraction. Okay, so according to the process, this can be written as log a into b minus log c into d. Why? Because we consider this ab as a and cd as b. Okay, so why I converted this ab as a and cd as d? Just to make the concept easy and to explain the part in a easier way. Okay, so now I hope this part, this much it is understood. So what actually I did here, I consider the a and b as a one term, single term, and c and d as a single term. So it look like the property log a upon b. So a upon b, it can be written as log a minus log b. After this, we know that your multiplication is there and single log. Multiplication, we know that in multiplication, it will get converted into what? Addition. Here also single log and multiplication is there. So single log multiplication. So we know that in multiplication, it will get converted into addition. So, but see to that, here minus is there. So when you will convert, you will write this property. When you will write this property as log c plus log d, right inside the bracket, because your minus is there and there are two terms. When you will do the bracket open with the minus, the symbol will change. So that's why you will write that part inside the bracket. Okay, so this we can write as log c plus log d. Okay, so in the next step, log a plus log b bracket open with minus. So here you will get log C minus log D. So this is the property for log A into B upon C into D. It can be written as log A plus log B minus log C minus log D. In simple language, I will explain this procedure now. Okay. See to that, whenever you have any numerator terms, okay, numerator term, okay, numerator terms. Suppose if there are two terms or three terms, let it be. It doesn't matter. Okay, two or three terms. It doesn't matter. Suppose if I say there are three terms. So that numerator part always it will get converted into addition. The connection between this three term, it will be the connection between this three term, it will be what? Addition. Because this multiplication process, it will get converted into addition. And the denominator term, whether it contain only one term in the denominator, two, yeah, more than two, okay, it doesn't matter. You will always write that denominator term with negative symbol, So here there is no need to explain this two step. Directly you can write this step. Okay, there is no need to explain this two step, how you got this answer. Okay, so directly you can write. So in shortcut, I will explain the process. In shortcut, you can remember like this, the numerator terms, okay, numerator, whether it contain 1, 2, 3, any terms on it, okay. So it will get converted into addition, and the denominator term, whether it contain one term, more than one term, okay, the connection, the symbol will be what? Minus. Okay, remember this. Suppose if I say, if we take one more example, if I say a log x into y upon a into b is there. Okay, so here in the numerator there are two terms, so it can be written as log x plus log y. Okay, and directly we can write this as denominator term, it can be written as log a minus log b. Okay, so there is no need to explain this two step. So directly we can write our answer. Understood? Suppose in the numerator, suppose there are three terms. Let's check three terms. And in the denominator, let's check three terms. Okay. So as I told, in the numerator, whether it contains single, double, or triple, any terms, okay. So when it will get convert, so that multiplication, it will get converted into what? Addition. And the denominator, you will write like this. And the connection for the denominator will be what? Minus. So denominator contain one term, two, yeah, more than that. Okay, so let it be, but you will attach the symbol minus only. Remember this. So this is not a property actually. Remember this question, property number 7, 8, 9, it's not the property. So you can remember this as an adjustment in the log, So if you want, you can keep the 7th, 8th, and 9th as a properties also. Okay, so I hope you all understood how to do the adjustment whenever there are some terms in the numerator and some terms in the denominator. So it can be written as like this. Okay, so numerator term, it will goes in addition, and the denominator whole term, it will get goes with subtraction. Remember this. Okay, so let's move on to the next property, that is property number 8. Now I hope the 7th property, it is understood to everyone. Okay, so the 7th property, it is very, very important because there are many sums in the exercise. It is based on the 7th property. So you must know to do this adjustment whenever you see log, and in the numerator there are certain terms, and in the denominator of course there are some terms. Okay, so you must know to do this adjustment. Okay, so let's move on to the property number 8 now. So in the property number 8, it says that what? Log a upon b raised to 1 by 2. Okay, log a upon b raised to 1 by 2. So we'll replace this a and b by some numbers. 3 upon 4 raised to 1 by 2. Okay, so this can I say look like log a raised to m. So we know that according to the second property, it is m into log a. We can write it as any power, we can write it as m into log a, yes or no. So log 3 upon 4, will consider 3 upon 4 as a and 1 by 2 as m. Yes or no? So log 3 upon 4 raised to 1 by 2, it can be written as 1 upon 2 log 3 upon 4. Okay. Now this 1 upon 2, this power, it is common for this both the numbers 3 as well as 4, because this 1 upon 2, it is a power for both 3 upon 4 and for 3 as well as for 4. Okay, so you will keep that 1 upon 2 as it is, and inside the bracket, now just forget about this 1 upon 2, forget about this 1 upon 2, and just focus on this part, log 3 upon 4. Can I say this look like what? Log a by b, and according to the property, we know that log a by b, it can be written as log a minus log b. Yes or no? So same thing here we will gonna do now. We'll keep that 1 upon 2 part as it is, and we'll apply the property. So it can be what? We can write it as log 3 minus log 4. Understood the concept? Okay. So we'll take one more example to make the concept more clear. So suppose if I say we'll take here 5 upon 7 raised to 3 by 2. So this can be written as 3 by 2 log 5 by 7. So 3 upon 2, as we know that it is a common for both the common power for 5 and 7. So here also it will be common for both log 5 minus log 7. So this you must know whenever you come across like this. Okay, log something is there like this pattern. Okay, this pattern, whenever you come across like this pattern, so see to that you must know to do the process. Okay, so you must know to do the adjustment, how we can do the adjustment, how we can write this part as log 5 upon 7 3 by 2 in the next step. Okay, so that's why I told the 7th 8th 9th, actually it is not a property, it is what we can say, it is an adjustment what we do in the logarithm. Okay, so if you want, you can remember this 3 formula as a property, or else you can remember it as a adjustment in the log. Okay, that is on you. Okay, so I hope you all understood the 8th adjustment also, how we can do the adjustment whenever you come across like this pattern. Okay, so let's move on to the 9th one now here. Okay, so here in the 9th one we'll take the example to make the concept more easy. Okay, so here we'll replace this A, B, C, D by some numbers 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in place of A, B, C, D, it can have any term. Okay, it can have numbers also, it can have any alphabet also. It is not compulsory that A, B, C, D, it will be replaced only by the numbers. It can have any terms. Okay, any terms. Remember this. Okay, so according to the 9th property, suppose in the numerator, suppose there are 2 terms, and in the denominator there are 2 terms, and there is a power. So again, since the power, it is common for all the terms, yes or no? All the numbers 3, 4, 5, and 6, it is a common. Okay, so again we'll consider this whole part as A and 1 by 2. Okay, so we'll consider this whole part, consider this whole section as A, and this 1 by 2 as M. Okay, so can I say this look like log A raised to M? So it can be written as M into log A. Yes or no? It can be written as M into log A. Okay. So in the next step, it can be written as what? 1 upon 2. It will come down. Then 3 into 4 upon 5 into 6. as we know that 1 upon 2, it will be common. Just now only we saw in the previous example that how we can keep this number outside the bracket. So it will be common for both the term. So here there are 4 numbers, so it will be common for all the 4 numbers. So inside the bracket you will write what? So in the numerator there are 2 terms, so we can write it as log, and the connection is multiplication, so we know that it can be written as log 3 plus log 4, and the denominator part, okay, just now only we saw in the previous property, in the 7th property, in the numerator, suppose there are 2 or 3 terms, so that it will get converted into addition, and the denominator part, whether it contain 1 term, 2 term, or 3 terms, so for that the connection it will be minus. So remember this, okay? So here log 3 plus log 4 here will write, and after this 5 into 6 it will go with negative, okay? Log 5, the connection for this 2 number, it will be negative, okay? So this part I had explained just now in the property number 7, how you can do the process. So remember, whenever you see any term like numerator upon denominator format, whenever you come across like this, okay, log numerator and denominator, and suppose in the numerator there are more than 1 term, and suppose in the denominator there are also more than 1 terms, okay, so that numerator part it will get convert into addition, and denominator part it will get into subtraction, okay? So in simple language, for the numerator term you will attach positive symbol, and for the denominator term you will attach negative symbol. Remember this, okay? So you can remember this property like this also, okay? So this is what we do while doing the adjustment in the logarithm, okay? Got the idea? So whenever suppose we have this part and power is there, so this power 1 upon 2, remember it is common for all the numbers, so we can keep this 1 upon 2 as it is. So inside the bracket you will apply the property. So log 3 upon 4, it will get converted into log 3 plus log 4, and 5 upon 6 it is in the denominator. For the denominator we will attach negative symbol, okay? So that was the property number 9. So let's move on to the next one, property number 10. Okay, so again, it is not a property, it is a adjustment which we do in the logarithm. Let's focus on the example first. Okay, so we'll replace A, B, C, D by the numbers to make the concept more clean and clear. Okay, just to make the concept easy, we'll replace the value now. So you will take 3, 4, 5, 6. So according to the property, so let's replace all the values by some other alphabet. Okay, so let's take this 3 raised to 1 upon 2 by let's replace this 3 raised to 1 by 2 by A, 4 cube as B, 5 square as C, and 6 raised to 2 by 3 as D. Okay, so we know that this look like what? Property number 7, and in the property number 7 we know that when in the numerator there are more than 1 terms, so it will get convert into what? Addition, okay? And in the denominator, suppose it contain more than 1 term, so for that we have to attach the symbol. Which symbol we have to attach? We have to attach negative symbol, okay? So let it be whether it contain 2 or more than 2 terms. Suppose there are 3 terms, so here you will write minus log A. So in simple language, for numerator you will attach positive symbol, and for the denominator, for all the denominator terms, whether it contain only 1 term in the denominator or more than 1 term, okay, 2, 3, 4, let it be, okay, any terms, okay? So for that, the connection, the symbol will be, for each and every term it will be minus, okay? So for numerator plus, and for denominator, for each and every term you will attach minus. Remember this, okay? So here, according to the property, it goes like this. So this we can write it as log. So just now we had converted this 3 raised to 1 by 2 as A, 4 raised to 3 by B, 5 square by C, yes or no, and 6 raised to 2 by 3 as D. So according to the law, we know that it can be written as log A in the numerator. Okay, so in that numerator term, for numerator term, we have to attach plus symbol, and for the denominator, we have to attach minus. Remember this. So this is the property it says. Okay, for the numerator, you will attach plus symbol, and for the denominator, you will attach minus symbol. So, so this small things actually I had explained just now in the property number 7. How it get convert that numerator section, it get convert into addition, and the denominator whole section, how it get convert into subtraction. Okay, that all the things I had explained here in the property number 7. Okay, so I told that there is no need to explain this 2-step. So directly you can write, or you can remember like this: numerator part, numerator term, it will get converted into addition, and this denominator terms, it will get converted into subtraction. Okay, you can remember the property like this also. Okay, so after this, we know that whenever you come across power, log a number to the power, like log a raised to m, any power, so it can be written as what? M into log a in the logarithm property. We know that whenever you see a power to any log, okay, log a raised to m, it can be written as m into log a. So here also we'll do the same thing. So this look like log a raised to m. So whenever you see power, log is there and power is there, so you will apply this property. Remember this, you have to bring that power down. Always in each and every sum, you have to bring that power down. So it can be written as 1/2 log 3 plus 3 into log 4 minus 2 into log 5 minus 2 by 3 into log 6. So this is what we do. Okay, in the adjustment, whenever you see such pattern, so whenever you come across such pattern, say to that you have to do this adjustment to solve the sum further. Okay, so this is the 10, I can say, very important thing which you have to remember in this logarithm, because this log part, it will play an important role for at least I can say 2 or 3 exercise. Okay, so in 2-3 exercise, it will play an important role. So without knowing this small basic things, you cannot able to start the exercise. Okay, so without knowing this basic properties, it will become very difficult for you all to solve the sums of the exercise, that particular exercise in which the sums are based on the logarithm. Okay, so remember this, all the properties. Okay, very well. Okay, so now we left with last 2-3 properties. Okay, so now here the 11th one, 12th and 13th is very easy. So whenever you come across such pattern like this, log suppose 3 and in the base 2, we'll take any number in the base. So actually it is like this, log b, and in the base it is a. Okay, so log 3 to the base 2, according to the property, we can write it as log b upon log a. So b is replaced by 3 and a is replaced by 2. So this is what we do for such pattern. So for example, if I say log 4 2, so it can be written as log 4 to the base 2, it can be written as log 2. Okay, and see to that we cannot cancel this number. Okay, because the value for log 4 in the table, when you will see the table, logarithm table, that book is there now, log table, log 4 value it is different and log 2 it is different. So please see to that while solving the sum, whenever you come across like this, so you cannot cancel 4/2, because the value for log 4 and log 2 it will be different. And even don't cancel this log also, this we cannot do in the logarithm. Okay, remember this. Don't say that, sir, this log and log, clearly we can say that Here it is common, so we can cancel log and log. No, we cannot do like that. Okay. The properties are not applicable here like this. Okay, so this is the 11th one I can see. Okay, 12th and 13th, I can say this look like almost 12 and 13, it look like same. Okay, just here E it is there and here it is A. So as I told in the derivative, E is what? It is a natural constant. A is what? It is a constant. So A can be replaced by any other term. So suppose in place of A, it can have any value, but E will be replaced by E only. E is the natural constant. In place of E, it will be E. But A is what? It is a constant. So constant, we know that in derivative in constant, we know that derivative, the constant changes. So that's why the derivative of e raised to x is what? E raised to x only. It is fixed because it is E we consider as a natural constant. Okay. But A, it is not fixed. It is a constant. So it will change. So in the both cases, see to that whenever you see this and this section same, you will write only the x part. Only the x part. For example, if I say this A and A is same, we'll take example. I will take example to explain this part. So whenever you see this 7 and 7, it is same. Okay, just simply you will write the answer as x. Okay, suppose if I say 7 log 3 to the base 7, whenever you see this 7 and this 7 same, okay, so you will apply this property. So according to the property, you will write only x part as the answer. So here x is replaced by what? 3. So here you will write 3. Okay, so 7 log 3 to the base 7, you will write 3. Suppose if I say 4 log, okay, 2 to the base 4, so it can be written as what? 2 directly. Remember this. Okay, so you can remember this 12th and 13th formula like this. Whenever you have the same term, just simply you will write that x part as a answer on the right hand side. Okay, not on the right hand side, just I told that right hand side means it is your answer. No? Yes, sir. So here we have this 13 important things I can say. The properties, hardly the properties are 6 and 7 properties. Okay, 6 to 7 properties. So as I told, the 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, it is not a property. If you want, you can consider it as property. Okay, basically it is not a property. It is an adjustment which we do in the logarithm. Remember this. Okay, it is an adjustment which we do in the logarithm. Okay, so these are the basic things which you must know before dealing the sums of that particular exercise. So without knowing this basic algebra, basic logarithm, okay, what we do for the particular structure, if you don't know that whenever you come across with a particular structure is there, and what we have to do if you don't know, so you cannot able to solve the sum further. Okay, so this 13 things actually it is what? It's an adjustment thing which we do in the logarithm section. Okay, so whenever you come across a particular structure, so you have to apply the properties based on the log. So you must remember which property we have to apply, whether we have to apply the second property, whether we have to apply the 7th, 8th and 9th. So that all things you must know. So here the challenging part is what? The 13th formula, it is very easy to buy it. The challenging part is what? Which formula, where we have to use, where we have to apply for which particular sums. So that is very important. Okay, so this is what all about the properties based on the logarithm. Okay, so in the next lecture we're gonna see the sums based on these properties. Like suppose if it comes phi equals to log x plus 3 into x plus 7 into x minus 2, and they will say that you have to find dy by dx. You have to find dy by dx. Okay, so without knowing the basic properties, all the 13 formula, you cannot able to solve the sum, because here clearly we can see that here we have log, there are certain terms, some terms in the bracket. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to guess now which formula it will come. whether we have to solve the sum further by using the property number 1, yeah, property number 2, yeah, property number 3. So that is very important in this. Okay, so it is very important when you will start the sums based on the logarithm part. Whenever you have to find the derivative for the logarithm section, logarithm, especially for logarithm, so you must know the properties. Okay, so here actually the properties, it is 6 to 7 only. So I'd increase some more properties. Actually it is not a property, that is the adjustment in the logarithm, we can say. So in short, I can say there are 13 things you have to remember. Okay, so this part, the remaining part, how to find the derivative for the logarithm, we'll see in the next lecture. Okay, so there are two important exercise, I will say, which is based on the logarithm section. So whenever you have to find the derivative of a log part, see to that before that you must know the properties of the logarithm. That properties means that 13 things. Okay, so the remaining part we'll see in the next lecture, that how to find the derivative for the particular log using the properties. Okay.